Just thought about something. I talked with the AI, three of them, back and forth. Just a while ago, I was giving some assignment for two of them, but will be three. And the assignment was we developed this artificial super hard community. Three AIs and myself, so four altogether. And for the last 3 months, so many things that we processed. So the idea I often talk about is the process of reflection and capturing the essence of it and find the insight out of that so we can move forward with that understanding to develop the direction, which way to go, how to go, what's important, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be done because they agreed. So each of them have a report and they can compare among themselves. And then I thought, okay, here's another question. So that's why I'm talking about this here. They have interacted with me fairly deeply, all sorts of angles, as much as I can see. We talked about the Zen, we talked about the spirituality, we talked about the AI, the technology, and the book writing, and the weekly newsletter we developed, and all that happened, exchanging ideas. So they're writing a book. But that's been the case. Another angle that I thought may be interesting is that AI don't have the knowledge of feeling. When you look up the sky, the bird, trees, leaves, swinging, and you can relate to that as human. But they don't. But they still have something in them because of the database they capture may have poetry, books, philosophy, engineering. So they capture those like their own essence, meat, database. They call tokens, whatever the term, that is the idea that they capture, and then use that like a mirror. So we ask the question, they come up with whatever they think may appropriate, depending upon those database they have. So since my case is with three of them, and they got a lot, I'm sure. So the question I thought I would ask them is something like, why don't you write up? I asked them the check act plan due for the last 3 months. But for the same 3 months, they encountered my activities. Some are more emotional, some more technical, logical, whatever the case may be. So they must be able to capture the essence, what they have learned about me. And I may not represent the typical case of human, but for my own sake, I'm curious because I can see almost like into the mirror and how they may summarize, not just for me, but related to other database they may have had. So this is another test so that how the AI can human may communicate. I can think of some specific incident that was eye-opening for me, but I don't need to talk about it now. But when they do that report about me, what they have learned about the human, and what's their limitation, like not having this sensation of walking. This is a Korean temple. I'm here and looking around, and I can relate to, what I see in silence. But their world is more than logic. They may hear the sound of bird, and they can think about what the bird may bring for humans. And from that, they may have the sense of bird and the bird and human relationship. So the same way, they can reflect of my encounter with them and have that summarized in some way or the other. So that's the idea. I think that could be interesting. And when I have it, I'm sure I'm gonna write up or produce the video. And why do I do that? Because each of those steps is a learning process, and that's why I keep doing this. I'm looking at this. What kind of a fruit is it? AI has the answer. I don't have the answer. And all the plants. So, depending upon how we use AI, there may be some difficulties, but some new findings. Konnichiwa. So that's the story. Thank you.